Hey everyone, it's Neil Patel, and today is the last day of Facebook Unlocked, where I teach you how to go from 0 to 200,000 followers on Facebook. In this lesson, we're going to be talking about growing your brand on Facebook. If you haven't seen any of the other previous lessons, make sure you check them out at neilpatel.com/training and click on Facebook Unlocked, where I also give you the cheat sheets, worksheets, handouts, everything you need to get from 0 to 200,000 followers. So let's wrap it up so that way you can get on your way to 200,000 followers. If you're doing marketing, you need to also be on Facebook. Look, it's one of the most popular sites on the web according to SimilarWeb, and it just fits within an omni-channel strategy. Everyone's on Facebook. Heck, my mom and dad are on Facebook, and so are your parents. So if you don't use Facebook, you're missing out on people. Remember, Facebook just isn't Facebook. Facebook owns Instagram, they own WhatsApp. They're the largest social network out there by far. If someone tries to compete with them, they take some of their features and eventually they try to crush them, and they keep trying to replicate until they can beat them. Some quick stats for you: 90% of sales still take place in store. Just think about that. Majority of commerce is happening offline, but digital brands are just booming, and COVID really helped push people forward into the digital revolution where people are now going online and using the web for a lot of their purchases. Still, majority is happening offline, but online sales are growing at a rapid pace. And when you're thinking about store purchases, 66% of these interactions are happening on the mobile web, right? So when you're thinking about digital purchases, 66%, again, 66% are happening on mobile. So your website, your post, everything that you're leveraging, your marketing material needs to be compatible with the mobile web. So how do you grow your brand using Facebook? Well, I'm going to give you 5 rules. 1, before you spend any money with Facebook, remember to set your advertising goals and budget. 2, map your sales process from the unaware prospect to the customer. 3, test everything. Check your ego, double down on what's working. 4, nail your audiences at each step of the buying cycle. 5, relationships take time, and a complete strategy converts more customers. So don't expect to get the results of what you're looking for right away. It's like asking a random person to just marry you. They're going to say no. And that's why you need to get to know people and build that relationship. In other words, you need to work through so that way you can get more conversions. And there's a lot of ways you can do this, from advertising, right? There's a lot of advertising options out there when it comes to the Facebook ad platform, and we discussed a lot of them in the previous lesson. You also want to make sure you're leveraging the Facebook pixel. This will allow Facebook to know when you have a conversion, when you don't, and how they can automatically optimize to generate you the most amount of sales. And each engagement can be used in a way to update your audience depending on the state that they're in, what buying cycle that they're in. And when you look at the sales process, you want to make sure that you have different engagements and interactions with people, so that way you can move along the whole sales process and throughout your funnel, so that way you can end up getting a conversion. You also want to monitor events, whether they're views, clicks. This will give you idea of what's working from engagement standpoint, where the drop off is, which will allow you to help you optimize your conversion rate. So then that way, if you're not generating a sale, it's not as simple as, oh, my offer sucks. It could just be your ad. It could be a landing page. But if you know where the drop off's happening, you can then optimize for that. Something to keep in mind for you is it's easy to generate clicks on Facebook. It's harder to generate customers, right? If you're asking someone to click something, not much of a commitment. If you're asking someone to open up their wallet and swipe their credit card or give you cash, it's a much bigger commitment. Keep in mind, building long-term relationships and trust will help you convert more people into customers later down the road. Another strategy that we use, which is a longer term strategy, but it's allowed us to scale our ads more, is we take people, we send them to blog posts, we then remarket them, and then we end up sending those people an ad that drives them to a landing page or a sales page, which then allows us to convert people. It's 2 ads instead of 1, right? Because first we send them to a blog post, then we remarket them on Facebook, and then send them to a landing page where they're buying. But that process in general is cheaper from a CPA perspective compared to if we just took cold traffic and sent them to a landing page where they can just buy in the first place. We're using a funnel. And part of our funnel also involves Facebook ad messenger. Messenger is a place where people can communicate with other people, and you can do blasts there, you can do promotions there. Think of it like a text message app. People open up messages. The click-through rates are incredibly high. I don't know how long it'll last where it's this effective, but I highly recommend that you leverage it as quick as possible. And if you're a business and you haven't started leveraging it, you can start off at $5, $10, $20 a day, and that'll get you quite far. So typical closing rates differ from industry to industry. You may end up seeing things at 50 to 60%, but you could also see things at a few percentage points or even as high as 30%. It really varies, and you're going to have to test a lot and not just rely on what other people are saying. The best way to maximize these conversion rates is through a funnel. Don't expect someone to go from a click to a purchase. Creating a funnel where you can warm them up, build that trust, build that authority, typically increases conversion than just driving them directly to a sale. Now, granted, there's some businesses like Amazon that already have so much trust, they can just drive people to a sale. But hey, let's face it, we're not Amazon, we're not Microsoft, we're not one of these large corporations. So with you, it all starts with a funnel. And once you create a funnel, you can then start off by targeting the right people to drive them into your funnel through intent, such as what interests do they have, or you can use a keyword strategy, and you can use tools like Ubersuggest to see what's hot and start typing in keywords and topics to see, hey, who are all the people that are interested in this. It's similar to Google and Bing. You want to think about what are people interested in and start targeting them that way. So what I like doing is to first start off by brainstorming a list of broad topics related to my business. And then the second thing is I use tools like Ubersuggest to then go find more detailed keywords, more topics, more categories, which then allows me to tailor down and really narrow down and target the right person. So some metrics that you need to know: results, how many times have commercials achieved the intended effect of the campaign; reach, the number of individuals who have seen your advertisement at least once; impressions, the average amount of occasions that advertisements have been seen; and of course, cost per result. How much are you spending based on the conversion? Some more metrics for you. There's things like media cost metrics, click metrics, awareness metrics, conversion metrics. The most important one, I don't want you to get overwhelmed by them, is just optimizing for conversions. So in summary, in this course, if you follow the practices I taught you with ads, you follow the templates, you can start generating quite a bit of traction. With Facebook, it really comes down to caring for people. If you truly care for people, respond to the comments, try to put the content that's going to help them and not just promote your business, you're going to do better than the people who are just self-promotional. If you want to get the most out of this course, I recommend that you watch it a few times. Go check out the worksheets and the lessons. It shouldn't take you too long to go through them. Literally, some of them you can just go through within 5 minutes. And you can find these all at neilpatel.com/training. I'm really proud of you to take the time to invest in Facebook. I know it's not the new kid on the block or the hot social network, but it's the largest and it drives a lot of revenue. So congratulations on completing Facebook Unlocked. If you have any questions, you can leave a comment below and I'll answer it. If you want my ad agency to do all your Facebook marketing for you, check out Neil Patel Digital. If you enjoyed this video, like it, share it, tell the people about it. Thank you very much.